Okay, I think I'm live on both YouTube and on Instagram. So, welcome everybody. If I'm looking up and down, I'm still trying to figure out this whole camera thing because I have two cameras sitting here in front of me, and I'm just so excited right now that I get to go live on both platforms. So, for all of you that are new here, my name is Tiffany, and I'm a wardrobe coach, and I help professional women build a wardrobe by cleaning out their closets so that they are able to tap into their power. And today is week 2 of my month-long series of that I'm going through, sort of like the back to basics regarding not your basic wardrobe essentials, but just the basic building blocks of why you need to build your wardrobe. So today's topic is going to be the reasons why your image is part of your personal branding. And with that, your personal brand and your wardrobe, they should reflect and be a cohesive brand. And don't worry, this does take time, and this is something that is not going to happen overnight. But today, I just wanted to go over and provide you with a few tips on why they need to and the reasons why that they need to do that. So let's get started. So, number one, it creates an identity. And I'm also looking down at my notes here. So, it creates your identity and it gives you the overall impression that is given to the world. So, how you show up into the world, not only your personal brand and how you dress, should reflect how your personal brand and how you want to speak to the world in a in a non-verbal way, because your wardrobe is definitely a non form of non-verbal communication. And always remember, if nothing else, your image speaks for you and before you at all times. And it depends on your appearance, behavior, and your communication skills. So, your overall personal brand and your presence is your behavior, your communications, and including your appearance. Now, we always seem to get the behavior and the communication skills down pat, but sometimes we tend to forget the whole image portion of our personal brand. And we always think that we should work and focus on that once we get to where we're going. However, I challenge you to think about it this way, that you want to build all three of them at the same time so that by the time you get there, you will be ready for whatever comes your way. And you also want to remember that a well managed image will showcase one's identity in the best light and forms of authentic personal branding. With having a personal brand and your image in your dressing, you are able to show up in the world confidently, comfortably, and as your authentic self. Because of this, you are able to show up into the world the way that you want to, sort of like the way that you want to be addressed or looked at. You definitely always want to remember that it is going to create your authentic identity to the world in your professional corporate careers. Number two, you want to remember that presentation is everything. Now, with presentation, always remember one thing: you have 7 seconds or less to make a good first impression. And sometimes, even before that, people have already made a decision on you at a subconscious level, but still at a level to where now they've already made judgment on you by, are you qualified? Do they like you? Do they trust you? Do they want to hire you, whether you are going up for a job or whether you're working on trying to get a new client? All of that takes into account. So you always want to have a very strong personal brand, and you have to promote yourself and in front of your peers. So you're always promoting yourself. Remember, even if you're sitting at a meeting, you are promoting yourself. So if you're slouching, I'm going to try to do something like this. So if you're sitting at a meeting like this, or you're sitting and you're scrolling on social media, that is promoting yourself and that is a part of your personal brand. Even the way that you wear your clothes. So if you come in an unironed shirt or unironed pants, or you come in looking, a hat on or different things like that, depending on the environment that you work in now, you always want to keep that in mind, but you always want to remember that presentation is everything and that you are always promoting yourself. Number three, your professional presence, and this is important. We always want to look as professional as possible. And this doesn't mean you have to be in a stuffy suit or anything of that nature or dressed to the nines, because you can look and present a professional presence in jeans and a blazer and a cute pair of shoes. So I don't want you to always think, and we are moving away actually when you look at the work environments, depending on how conservative your area is or how conservative, say, your business is, right? That we are now in a space to where it's more comfortable, it's a little more relaxed, but still you want to take that, but you want to elevate that and you want to bring it up to a professional presence that reflects who you are, that makes you feel comfortable and confident. Now, your professional presence also consists of your appearance, grooming, communication skills. And what it does is it ensures us of the overall growth of the individual, that we always and that we're always learning and growing. So always remember too, your personal brand will grow and it will change and it will fluctuate the same way that your wardrobe will change, fluctuate, or I'd like to say it evolves over time. So that is always a good thing. And you always want to make sure you have just a strong foundation, really, even before you begin to build your personal brand and before you build your wardrobe so that they can go ahead and match and reflect each other. And number four, last but not least, your social presence. And this is also something kind of new, probably in the last 10, 15, 20 years of how we present ourselves on social media. Because if you notice, sometimes in the news, we will hear of teachers or doctors or attorneys or people that run their own businesses, that people can do checks on us nowadays. They can go and look at our social media web pages and see how we present ourselves, even whether they're our personal pages or our professional pages. I don't know why people would want to look at, if you only just have, say, a personal page and it comes up, they're still going to do a little bit of check on you, because not only are you representing yourself, but they have to also know, can this person, can this individual represent my company to the fullest of their ability and always show us in the right light? So you have to remember, especially if you're in the business world, and this doesn't matter if you're in corporate America, if you're an entrepreneur, or anything of that nature, they all follow us on LinkedIn. And those are usually our most professional platforms that we use. And we're always seen in a professional light there. But they can also look for us on Facebook if they want to, depending on the job. They can look on IG depending on the job, or TikToks. And you can just type in anything and people will always be able to find you depending on what your name is. So with that, you always want to make sure that you don't have anything that is going to represent you in a way that may hinder you from getting a deal, from getting a job. And you just always want to keep that in mind. So, to recap everything, number one, it creates an identity when you match your image and your wardrobe together. Two, presentation is everything. Three, you have to remember you always have to have a professional presence. And four, you also have to remember your social presence as well. So, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you are watching on YouTube and have made it this far, thank you and welcome to all those watching the replay. And if you're on Instagram, if you want to catch the replay, if you had to jump off for any reason, please be sure to come over and follow me on YouTube, because that is where all of the replays will be, because now I'm able to go live on YouTube. Who would ever thought? So with all of that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys on Thursday, same time, in the next session. Bye, guys.